If you think that the beach is relaxing with the sound of the waves and the warmth of the sun, think again. Some seemingly peaceful beaches are actually out to get you. If you don't believe me, then get ready for some sandy horrors, which will chill you to the bone and make you reconsider your beach vacation. Here are some of the most dangerous beaches in the world. Panani Beach. Located in India, Panani Beach is a sandbank that emerged out of nowhere in 2018 after heavy rains flooded the region. The Panani Beach in the Northern District was the area most affected by the waters, which caused the landscape to directly change. The bed of sand extends from the shoreline and nearly a full kilometer into the ocean. Naturally, people were particularly eager to visit and examine it up close because it is a bit unusual and still a sandy beach. A sandbank of shifting size and shape placed in a tidal area does pose a risk to human safety, but they were all way too excited to take a leisurely stroll out onto the long, thin new peninsula that nobody had considered that the water might rise. Some people tend to leave a significant portion of their common sense at home. Hanakapi Beach. Beautiful and notoriously dangerous, this trail on the Hawaiian island of Kauai is a risky place for a hike bending along the fantastic coastline. People keep returning here to hike and visit the beach, but for some reason, this beach is not only extremely dangerous due to the river tides, but it's also deadly for a whole host of other reasons. This trail has been called the most beautiful in the United States, and it certainly looks amazing, as we have already seen. However, there have been instances where people have had to give their lives in order to see these amazing sights, and the treacherous trail actually offers a spectacular selection of ways to end up dead. Hikers are frequently caught off guard by sudden flash flooding from streams that run along the trail, and there are of course the usual terrifying sheer drops from which to fall. Not to mention spending days on end trapped, since you are aware that rip tides can carry individuals out to sea, causing heat stroke, thirst, and even plant-related deaths. Even if you choose not to trek the montage board of death, the trail is well known for a variety of reasons, making it an extremely tough and demanding hike that is undoubtedly not suitable for everyone. About 80% of all beach rescues involve people getting into problems because of rip currents. These sneaky currents are truly to blame for about 150 fatalities in the United States each year. You can see how getting caught in one of these potentially hazardous rip currents could be a concern. They are strong, narrow water currents that flow parallel to the shore and out to sea. One person may get grabbed by one of these insanely fast-moving currents, which can be as short as 30 feet wide and as long as 2,500 feet long. However, others who are relatively close may not be affected. The problem is that, even in situations when the water appears calm, you can never be certain that a sudden rip current won't be waiting to take you by surprise. These are tricky things that will suddenly grab hold of you and drag you straight out to sea. Gansby Beach. We all know that riptides are even more dangerous than sharks, but that doesn't mean that sharks never attack, especially here at Gansby Beach in South Africa. Well, there are a lot of beaches in South Africa where sharks are plentiful and extremely mean, but this particular stretch of beach is known as the Great White Shark Capital. For most people, this would be a clear warning not to go near the water or even stick your toes in, but apparently some people find the presence of these deadly predators even more alluring. Even though the area is particularly well-liked by thrill-seeking divers who frequently use shark cages to go swimming, it still seems a bit crazy. However, if you happen to glance at it, the great white shark that stalked the coastline in the well-known 1975 film Jaws is actually a massive and terrifying monster. The great white is a purpose-built killing machine with numerous adaptations and features that make it one of the most effective hunters on the planet. It has 3 rows of viciously sharp teeth, roughly 300 in total. Although these sharks may not always be aiming to kill humans, it appears that great whites may be responsible for up to half of all shark attacks on humans worldwide. New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Given how many sharks there are in Australia and South Africa, this stretch of water near New Smyrna Beach on Florida's Atlantic coast is thought to be the most dangerously shark-infested in the world. Florida is the shark bite capital of the world. In fact, a few years ago, 3 surfers were bitten in a single day. Despite the fact that there are several shark bites each year, very few of them are ever deadly. However, they're not really fond of the traditional human flesh at all, which brings us to our next point. Although sharks may bite you, it's unlikely that they will actually consume you. If they do, they'll probably throw up. Every year, there are about 100 shark attacks that are reported. Of these, 20 result in the victim's death, most often from blood loss. Plazipolite. Next up, we have a beach that is well known for its dangerous riptides. Even though these places appear to be incredibly beautiful, they still have the potential to take your life. This is Plazipolite on the west coast of Mexico. In addition to its reputation for having extremely gnarly water, it is one of the few nudist beaches in the nation. However, even if you're free enough to strip off, you won't want to swim in these waters if you value your life. To add a little more context, the locals actually refer to this beach as the Beach of the Dead. In this case, approximately 50 persons per year pass away in these waters. Red Triangle, California. The Red Triangle, which stretches from Bodega Bay to Big Sur and includes the entirety of the San Francisco region, is an area in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California that is well known for its marine wildlife. However, if you want to survive to see another day, you should avoid swimming there. Large populations of sea mammals, including elephant seals, harbor seals, sea lions, and sea otters, can be found in this area. Because these animals live in these abundant waters, so do sharks, especially great white sharks. Because these mammals are their favorite food, the sharks also congregate here in large numbers. As we've already established, sharks aren't exactly the kind of fish you want to be sharing your water with, but strangely enough, a lot of people who enjoy water sports don't seem to be overly bothered. Which beach among these will you definitely not visit? Tell me in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.